Hey, okay, we gotta hurry up. What is going on up in this tonight? Okay, I'm serious about this read. Okay, I did see the change card. I pulled all these cards and I just stopped the video. You know what? Let's do a new one. My friends came over. No, I don't usually hang out with my friends. You guys are my friends. Trust me, I love you guys the most. Don't even worry about it. You have nothing to be jealous about. If you guys want to come over, you can too. Self-realizations. And I'm still going with the change card. You guys are having a lot of self-realizations. And things are... Hazel, quit, you're freaking me out, man, staring at shit like that. Anyways, I don't really like it when people are at my house, but there was a situation, guys. One of my best friends, man, she got evicted. I knew it was gonna come, but Halo's pissed, I'm sure, because she does not like disruptiveness in the house, which I don't either, but I can't just let my friend not have somewhere to go. Fruition in the reverse. Okay. Change, self-realization, fruition in the reverse. You obviously are realizing that something that you are invested into, and I did feel like it's a relationship, is not coming into fruition. This person doesn't think the way that you do. I feel like you guys are on two different pages. Wheel of Fortune here. Literally, the change is here right now. Hazel, go. Go. I love you. And there's really like nothing that you can do about it, because when the Wheel of Fortune occurs, it's when you just literally have had so many breakthroughs, so many self-realizations about the situation that you can't undo it. We know for sure when we get to a point where our mind and our body and soul confirms information within us that we have been looking into, and whatever you were looking into is not good information. It's upsetting me right now even saying it. So whatever you are upset about, you're validly upset about, dude. You are really honestly you have whatever is bothering you is really true. So I don't know if you know that it's true or not, or if you've been wondering, is this true? Like, I'm like literally feeling the energy here, and like, I'm getting mad. It actually is hurtful. I don't know exactly what happens, but between you two, but this person hurt you very deeply. And I'm very sorry that you're feeling the way that you do, because I mean, I don't think you probably telling anybody how bad it hurts. And I'm sorry that you feel that way. You do have the Death card in the reverse, because you are actually going to start living, you're going to start to become more alive now from here forward. And it's hard to believe that with the way that you feel right now, things are gonna get better. I know that that's not even something that we really like feel like. It's hard to think about. It's hard to even worry about. It's hard to care about what's gonna happen later on when you're in the feeling that you're in right now. I know for me, after me and Zeke broke up, 6 months had passed. I had moved in here, and on the very first week that we moved in is when he got that hickey on his neck. And he didn't come home all night, and I had to boot him. And for the first 6 months after moving in here, I didn't unpack anything. And the laundry was so, there was laundry down, my whole downstairs was crazy, you guys. It was laundry everywhere, clothes everywhere. I had never in my life lived like that. It was the first time that I can say that I guarantee you I knew I was going through depression. I could feel the pain when I even think about that memory. I don't even know, honestly, how long it was. I think it was in the second year living here, because I took off to Alaska right after that. I lived here for 6 months. During months 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there, I left to Dutch Harbor. Hazel. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, get out here. Come on. No. before we begin, these freaking gummy worms, though, unbelievable. I would like to have more of what I bought, but Halo ate them. Not all, she said. She left me some. Growth. Death in the reverse and growth. Some of you guys left a possible Scorpio. Scorpios are very tricky to date. Dude, Scorpios have a hard time even being themselves, in my opinion, dude. Scorpios are so amazing, but they are so closed off that they don't even know how to access their depth. They have such a large amount of depth to them that it's unbelievable. Scorpios are the only sign that the devil actually trusts. And the devil is actually the sign of Capricorn. He doesn't even ask Capricorn to do his work. He asks Scorpio to protect. The devil asks Scorpio to look over his kingdom because Scorpios they're dead ass set in their thinking and their ways. They can't be changed. They cannot be persuaded. They cannot be altered. So for those of you who are, hey, Kovu, stop. Get over here. You can come here. I love you. Come on. This is my baby. Oh, come on. Come here. There's mommy. Hello. Hey. Hi, how are you? Good? Heck yeah. I'm sorry, you shouldn't have been out there. I felt bad. I didn't know that. Okay. 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 What? Not so much. It's kind of crowded, huh?
Yeah, no longer. I don't care about the crowd. It's just hurt.
I know. It's bad. So, what you guys are going through, honestly, is just like one little chapter of your life. This is just part of life. This is a cycle of a life. And Katie's laughing at me, but I have no shame. You can go in there and do that, honey. And you'll start to realize that over time. You'll start to realize that the time that we spend in relationships, honestly, like waiting for somebody to change is actually much less than the time it takes to get over somebody. And it's just worth it because once you realize that like whoever you're dating isn't fit for you, isn't healthy for you, doesn't respect you, then there's really just like nothing else to think about. What you see is what you get when it comes to relationships. And we want to believe that people have potential and that's great that they do or that they could. But it's not our duty to actually come down here and do God's job, which we didn't. It's not our job to tell people who to be. You are healing and you are growing stronger. And you, like I said, you probably don't feel like that right now. It's okay. Do it, girl. Okay. If you guys hear any weird sounds, mind your own business. Okay. Embrace change because change is happening right now. I mean, look at me and Katie. We're living our best life. Do you think that if a guy was here, I would have my friend over right now? What time even is it? It's probably 8 o'clock at night because we don't even stay up that late. I told you guys I wasn't going to stay up late. But the truth here is that, like, honestly, how many things in relationships do we wish that we could do? How many times do you get messages from your friends and you don't go hang out because you're with this dickhead? Or either way, when you're dating somebody, honestly, that's jealous and insecure and honestly has not a lot in common with you, it's pretty tricky. We're attracted to people because this body, you know what I mean? And then we're like, and then we're like, so, I'm Tara. It's nice to meet you. We should have did the whole nice to meet you thing first. So the way I do it in my second job and whenever I meet somebody is I require to do a dinner meet and greet face to face because in the eyes you see deep within the soul. I want you guys to start paying attention to the eyes and how they look. Is somebody talking about being in pain? Is somebody look like they're struggling with anger or rage? Or does somebody just have pure happiness and joy in their eyes? Some people I've heard don't know how to see the soul through somebody's eyes, and I just don't trust those people. How could you not? Look at me. I clearly look kind of stoned, but other than that, I look fine, right? I'm happy. I have a great attitude. There are times when I do talk about things that have like affected me in the past, but like I know the difference between like the way that I used to talk about it. And like, we can't always be perfect and we're gonna have flashbacks and triggers that make us think about things that make us freaking mad and sad. You know what I mean? You don't always know exactly how you're gonna react. The best way we can really honestly do is just notice the fact that we're still talking about certain problems. That's what I want to focus on more so than anything is what problems do we find ourselves repeating in conversation. And what you're just going to honestly need to do, and it doesn't sound like, oh, woo, this is so fun. It's not about being fun. It's about you strategizing. It's about you starting with this clean blank slate, and that's a good thing. Wouldn't you be happy if you had a clean piece of artwork board to paint on? What if somebody is, okay, this is what it's like when you're trying to fix a broken relationship. You can either start fresh and accept this new change that's in your life, this growth. You can understand that this is just one small little cycle of your life, and that if you were able or willing to see the bigger picture here, you need to be focusing on what it was, because since we attract people into our lives based off of something or a characteristic about ourselves, that's the first thing. What is it in yourself that manifested this person into your life? An example would be one time my friend, I had a friend, I'm going to change their names. So we're going to call it, so Joe and Nancy. So Joe wants to date Nancy. They're both my friends, right? I said, I don't really know, Joe. Nancy doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, and she doesn't like children. And she has kids. She doesn't like her own kids. And she also doesn't work. So she's not a good mom. She doesn't like to work. She's a liar. She parties. She doesn't cook and she doesn't clean. So I'm like, I don't really think, honestly, like based off of like the circumstances, it would be the best investment. He goes ahead and wants to do it anyway. It doesn't work out, clearly, not just that, but it was also his best friend's ex-girlfriend. Okay, that doesn't even make sense. You're disgusting. You just broke like bro code. You broke all code. You don't sleep ever with your friends as partners. I don't give two shits. Even if you asked him, oh, are you cool if I fuck Marco? Are you dumb? Why don't you have some fucking respect for your people, dude? Straight up, don't ever sleep with your friends as boyfriends, you nasty ass fuck. Anyways, so it obviously doesn't work out. So then Joe calls me later on down the road. I was in Florida living my best life, single. Unlike Joe, who just went through a breakup because he didn't take time in between breakups to grow. So what happens when we don't take time in between breakups is we just manifest a different face with the same problems because you haven't changed. The only thing that changes, you got dumped recently and your life is shittier than it was before you met this person. So you're shittier than you were last time you dated. You're hurt more than you were last time you dated, and now you want to try it again? No, wrong. So anyways, you guys need to, I asked Joe when he called me, and things didn't work out. I couldn't help it. I didn't mean to, but I laughed. And I just told him, of course it didn't work out. I told you that it wasn't going to work out. And I said, but I did want to know, Joe, what was it that you thought honestly about the situation that would work out? Because I love like actually understanding different personalities' points of view. Joe said, I don't know, I just felt like I had a connection to her. I said, with what? Like, what was it that you were connected to? And he said, we just went through a breakup and we were both hurting, and I just felt like we had a lot in common based off of that. That makes sense. So Joe is aware. I didn't talk to Joe about energy and manifestation or anything like that. Couldn't help but laugh my balls off at him because you know what? That's my best friend. And Joe's don't fuck over nobody that I know, but I'll still be friends with them both. But you know, there is the first homie rule, code, blah, blah, blah. Like, first homie gets the fucking, you know, I got to represent. But I laughed at him and I was honest, you know, and I told him that, yeah, you know what? To be honest, you know, we did disrespect you. Because we did disrespect Joe, me and Sandy, or whatever the fuck her name is. But we did. And Joe wanted to know some details about the facts. And, you know, I told him straight up, Joe, you were not paying attention whatsoever. I'm going to tell you right now, Joe, that I never once came over to your house to do any of the things that we said we were doing. It sucks. But I'm her best friend. It's not like I'm going to tell on my best friend, you know. All I did say is that, you know what, I am sorry, Joe, for disrespecting you, but I told you from the get-go, like, it probably wasn't a good idea. But you guys got to pay attention to that. What about your life is similar to this person? And sometimes when we're face to face or even thinking about people that we dislike, to ask yourself, what about you is similar to your enemies or the people that have come into your energy, can be honestly offensive. There's nothing about us that's nothing at all. Interesting, because I'm going to tell you right now, some of the girls at beauty school that I could not stand the most, I ended up being the most like. And it's interesting how some girls or guys that you cannot stand have features that are very similar to your own, and you're not insecure next to them, you're threatened. Those people that you have similarities to that threaten you and make you feel like you don't like them before you know why, it's because they're your competition. Straight up, they're your competition. These are people that are legit on the same level as you. And so your ego says they're dumb. They're bitches. They ain't fucking whatever. Like, in all reality, the fact that we are judging people before we know anything about them makes no sense. So let's just squash that. If you'd have never hung out with somebody and you have just out of nowhere said, I don't like this person, then we're going to scratch that person off the I don't like list because you don't freaking know for sure if you don't like it. That's like saying, I don't eat sauerkraut. Have you tried it? If you have never tried it, stop jumping to conclusions. Did you guys know that 70% of the things that we worry about never happen? It's a big chunk. Don't jump to conclusions. It's seriously the worst thing that you can do. We sit there and we think, oh, this is happening or that's happening, and sometimes we even express it, making ourselves look insecure and jealous. If you can learn patience and you can just know that the real definition truly of love is just like love people for who they are and know that you are not God, which means your opinion of others is not on the forefront. And if you're speaking an opinion about other people and you're just so damn certain that what you think about their lives is the right thing to do, then it's time that people like that just you spend a little less time with, because we don't have time to deal with that this year. We also don't have any intention of training and teaching people that are that far back what we're talking about. We have a lot of things to do. And there's also a lot of people in this world that want to get better and change. So if there's anyone in your life that is arguing with you and still wants to stand firm with their opinions or their two senses, you know what I mean? Like, let them. And lead by example, because by you wasting your time and trying to convince these people that they're better than they are, you're holding yourself back, and opportunities don't wait. And it's also considered a weakness by higher ups, not just the universe and God, but any leader on this 3D. If you were to tell somebody on this 3D that's a successful business person They'll ask you questions like this in interviews. Tell me about one of your weaknesses. You can say, anytime my family needs something, I'm there for them. I'm just so weak, and not helping out other people whenever they ask me for a favor. What do you think that's saying for your future workplace? It's saying that, let's say, hypothetically, somebody calls you in the middle of your shift and has a dramatic situation occur. You just admitted that family comes first, that one of your weaknesses is helping people out, even when you know that they need to take care of themselves. So even though you actually express like a good quality about yourself, like you would think being there for people is a good thing, helping people is a good thing, but it's actually a weakness, you guys. Because you need to be strong. You need to be confident that by saying no, you're not losing anybody. You're actually earning respect. And you know this for a fact yourself. Like, how many times when you've done something and out of nowhere were corrected by a freaking random person and you, like, it made you kind of get your cheeks a little red? It makes you want, like, I had it happen literally this week. I said the word retard to one of my regular clients that he's a teacher at Eastern University, and he's even wrote me phenomenal Google reviews. He's even reached out to my boss on my behalf and told him straight up, I am a teacher at Eastern College and Tara is amazing, blah, 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 blah. But that did not stop him from correcting me when I said the word retard. He specifically halted me right in the middle of the clinic floor and told me never to say that word again. And that basically, it's that quick that your reputation is gonzo because you said one word that people take offensively. He's not kidding around, you guys. I'm not kidding. And I know this to be true because on one year I was going to be a blind person for Halloween and I was a teacher at a beauty school. So I was picturing myself, because at beauty schools you have to walk up and you have to check a haircut before they begin. Basically, they'll be like, I'm thinking about giving Tara a bang trim. And I would say, sure. What kind of bang trim are you thinking? So before the students could begin, I had to actually confirm they could begin. And so I thought it would be funny to kind of walk up to the clients and pat them on the face and maybe smack them a couple times, just doinking around, pretending to be a blind man. And then telling people blindly that their idea was a good thing to do. Because how in the hell would you be able to be a blind beauty school teacher and know that whatever hair color they're saying to do is the right thing when you can't see the fucking hair color? So I thought I was genius, right? Come to find out, one of my students had a blind sister. Another student came up to me and told me that she was very offended about my Halloween costume and that her little sister was blind and that she was very sad about the things that I had said. It still breaks my heart, honestly. And, that's the example right there, is you got to just really be aware of the things, that we say and the things that we do, and just know that if you're working towards achieving certain accomplishments, that you will have to act in accordance with the way that you're heading, or you could lose the opportunity, all right? But don't be afraid to ask your clients honestly for Google reviews or recommendations or references, because while you're at any workplace, it is that time in particular that you're going to need to actually spread that type of information. You don't want to wait till you're out of the workplace before you ask for people to give you references. Another thing that I also recommend is that you guys start making your own business cards with your cell phone number, your email address, or your social media accounts for people to actually stay in contact with you regularly. This is a way that you will be able to prevent leaving one job site and going to the other and not having clients follow you, by making sure that you have added them to your social media accounts or given them access to your personal numbers. This is going to increase your following client rate by at least 50%. Some clients won't travel farther than 5 extra miles, but from my experience, they'll travel as dude, they've traveled 2.5 to 3 hours. So as long as you do quality work and you provide for your people, they will follow you anywhere. So let's see here. References. Perfect. This is the very first updo I ever did in beauty school. It was awesome, you guys. Shut the fuck up. That's called like ribbon something. It was like ribbon hair. So you do a braid. You do a ponytail. And then as you're braiding, you like pull little pieces of hair out. And you spray hairspray on it. And then you flat iron it. And it creates this ribboning effect. And then you pin it. I was like so excited about that. I wanted to show everybody, but I was new, and so I didn't know if I was better than the other girls. I ended up becoming the manager of that school, dude, and the junior teacher for 6 years up until Martin died. But that to me, I just look at that memory all the time, and I think I should have walked downstairs with that mannequin head when I felt like it. Don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever worry if anybody is better than you or if you're as good as anybody. That does not fucking matter. Enjoy yourself and the greatness that you are. Yeah, see, even the owner of Great Clips, congratulations, Tara. You and your salon have reached a sales record. That's one. There's another one, more sales records. Because when you enjoy your career, then it's not really working. But here's that one from the teacher at the college. This is an actual freaking professor. So be yourself. You guys know how goofy I am. And if all these owners and CEOs and professors email me on a regular basis, and also they email my bosses, boss to boss, boss to boss, boss, like it just travels very quickly and very wonderfully. So be yourself. So that's the only way that you guys are going to align with your true purpose. You gonna take a shower? Wait, no, it's my turn. I want I just wanted to take if you have any orange juice.
No,
I'll be there in 1 second. It's my turn. I love you. I'm obviously doing a very important video. Katie has no pants on. Okay, anyways. So you guys can screenshot and read it. I have to get going. Oh, it's backwards. But basically he just says, she's amazing is what he says. So make sure that you're building your references up and that you're staying focused on the dreams and the goals that your heart is pulling you towards. You're not getting those callings for no reason. That's you and God having a discussion. The confusion is on the 3D with the people around you. Like, oh, is it going to bother this person? Is it going to hurt this person? Should I do whatever? They don't, honestly, they're not. They're just part of that cycle. You have your whole life to live, and you need to be putting yourself first.